everybody. Hopefully there wasn't much of a delay between countdown to one and then me coming on, because sometimes I notice there is one. And hopefully my computer is a little speedier and a little better tonight, because I did take a whole lot off and put it on a flash drive. So we'll see. In here tonight we have, let me say hi to everybody, because I know y'all like that. Participants. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Looks like a lot less than there actually is. So let's go back this way. First in the house was the other side of the boat. And we'll talk about the other side of the boat in a minute. Mark the Berg Hunter, JBP, Las Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter, Mark the Berg Hunter again. 508 Magnets, Patty Disharoon, Clark's Cove. Let's see who else we got in here tonight. Joining the fun. That's not going to be fun in the very beginning, just to let you guys know. Flash in your pan. Tim, Alley Cat Treasures, you rock, dude. Nathan Babb, thanks for coming in. Bruce, that's Delver. Oh, Danny Boy, just a digging. Hello. Gregory Gibson, good to see you. Marty Vistral's digging with Marty. I think I pretty much got everybody for the moment. So real quick before, Mark Thomas, he's looking. He got eyeballs. I thought you'd like that, Mark. Real quick, we treasure seekers are in a niche hobby, and we're in a niche on YouTube. And there's who even knows how many other channels are out there. I know there's like 1 billion views a day on YouTube. And there's lots of other different types of treasure. And in the recent past, I'd say within the last like 4 or 5 months, YouTube suggested to me this channel called, it's his name, Steve Wallace. He introduces himself in hey Jim Steele, every video as Camping with Steve. Now he does different types of wild camping. He does car camping. He does stealth camping. He'll camp in a summer tent in the middle of winter, and he's in Canada. Hey, Dave Canham. So recently, about 3 weeks ago, he reached 1 million subs, and he streamed, and I ran into the other side of the boat in the stream. So it's nice to see other people in our niche hobby, watching other things. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, last Thursday, Steve's upload was a sad one. I just wanted all of us to, I'm going to show you his channel. Let me share the screen real quick. Let's see if it is real quick. Okay, this is his channel right here. Go back to comments. There we go. Oh, took the whole comments out. What did that do that for? So this is his channel right here. Steve Wallace. I don't know if you can see this video's name right here. Rest in peace, my beautiful wife. Now, he always referred to his wife as beautiful wife in every one of his videos, especially when she camped with him. She never wanted to be on the screen. And when she would reply to, this is his link, I'm going to throw it in the chat. Whenever she would reply to comments, she would always just call herself wife. So this is his link to his channel. And on this video, if you guys would hop over there, this one here, rest in peace, my beautiful wife, and just show your support from the metal detecting community, that would be really cool. Also, he asks in the video if you would donate to like food banks or people who do the backpacks, throwing stuff in there and giving it to the homeless. If you just, honor her memory by doing it in her name, beautiful wife. You don't have to say anything, but it's a pretty nice thing to do. So I just wanted to share that. He's another fellow YouTuber, another creator. Check out his videos. And I just wanted to give my sympathy and let you know about a phenomenal channel, which I was going to share with you guys anyway, but unfortunately this sad part came up. So I would appreciate it. So on to the fun stuff. Oh, I think I just closed out the wrong thing. That's all right now. Let me bring up Bob Funk. I know you guys
Hello,
have been waiting. How are you?
I'm great. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I can't complain. Yeah, it was a little hot today, but starting to cool down a little bit,
Yeah,
which is nice. And so you don't do YouTube and you really don't do much on Facebook, so why don't you
yeah.
introduce yourself to all our wonderful people here in the chat tonight?
Okay. I am the Sergeant at Arms for Deep Search Metal Detecting Club. My wife Donna is the president. My job as Sergeant at Arms is to just do what I'm told. Uh, but no, my real job is to support the other officers uh, when we put on events. Do a lot of coordination, a lot of moving things around. In fact, right now they are in the next room putting together prizes for our 40th anniversary hunt, which will be down in Deal in September. So I've gotten out of that duty to join you all.
So I'm sure you're not complaining.
Not at all.
Just say hi to Keep Digging. That's Loretta. Great Finds Mike. And Maria and Bruce Beaupre. Beaupre. I'm not always so good with last names. Thanks. The other side of the boat. All right. So, what is Deep Search Metal Detecting Club?
Deep Search started back in 1982. We actually still have one original member. A bunch of At that time, it was mostly guys who liked to metal detect. And it was an archaeological orientated club. We had a lot of uh, people who would go out to find flint points. Uh, Deep Search spun off into Bravo, which worked with the New Jersey State archaeologists. Um, Donna and I joined about 15 years ago, and the club had kind of fallen on hard times, as clubs sometimes do.
Yeah.
And we brought back the seated hunts. They weren't doing any seated hunts at that time. Uh, and now we do 3 or 4 club seated hunts, and every year, big open seated hunt. And we try to do relic hunts. The last couple of years have been hit and miss on that.
And we both belong to Bravo.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Which has fortunately fallen by the wayside. Uh,
Yeah. It was
but I did take the liberty of contacting some people that I knew from Bravo in the archaeological community and offered our services. So as opportunities come up, I'm sure we will get back into that area.
yeah, it was good belonging to that club because you got to detect places that typically you're not allowed.
Oh, yeah. The Monmouth Battlefield,
Yeah.
Princeton Battlefield. I got to detect uh, the Princeton Institute for Advanced Science, which is next to the Princeton battlefield, that is being acquired by the Princeton. I think it's being acquired by the state to expand the battlefield. That was a lot of fun.
Well, Bravo also changed actually what we learned in history at Monmouth Battlefield.
Yes, they did. They did,
They
and
found that the guns and whatnot they were on in different areas than we learned in school.
right, right. And every year we give out an award, Marianne Billings Award. Marianne Billings was one of the initial people in Bravo, and we give that award out in her memory to somebody who has contributed to the club in a unique way. So we're trying to keep the very, very old alive uh, while moving into the 21st century.
Yeah, no. Hopefully one day I get that. No. Probably won't. So how long have you been metal detecting?
About 15 years now, probably closer to 17 years now. Uh,
Oh,
Donna actually got the idea of getting a metal detector, and I thought metal detecting was all old guys on the beach getting changed. And once I found out about relic hunting, we just, that's it. Give me a metal detector. We're going out. So we've been all over the East Coast uh, detecting. And when Donna became president, just started setting up all these hunts. It's taking up our retirement time.
but it is. It's a lot to put on a hunt. People don't realize, even the small ones.
Right.
I couldn't even imagine a big one, and a
Yeah.
couple hundred, 400 or 500 people attending, that's got to be crazy.
We cut it off our open hunt at 200 because we find that's about as much as we can handle. Uh,
Yeah, it's a lot.
Luckily, we haven't had any major hiccups in any of our hunts, but I'd sure hate to disappoint 400 people.
No, they go pretty smoothly. They go
Yeah.
pretty smoothly. You got every hunt you go to that's seated or has a seated part to it. Anytime you're in a seated one, you got all different types of seated hunters. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
You got the
Right.
wild,
Exactly.
fast swinger that runs 90 miles an hour, and then you have the person that takes their sweet time and just plucks along, and
That would be me.
and then then you have the people that see you just making a circle in one area and not even moving, and they'll all flock to you because they realize you're finding a bunch of stuff, and
Hmm.
so yeah. But outside of that, I mean, that for me is probably part of the enjoyment. What kind of people are going to be around me, um, but for most people, I mean, I do see the negativity on Facebook posts and stuff like that, and a lot of people disappointed with seeded hunts or seeded natural hunts or natural hunts, and I don't think they feel they spent the money, and I can understand that viewpoint, but the money is going towards holding that event.
Right.
And mostly that event really is about the social aspect of it.
Yes.
You know, for most people, they do feel that way, that it's the social part of it. I mean, you can go on vacation, you could take a cruise and spend three times the amount of money as an event. Um, but do you have the opportunity to be hanging out with like-minded people all around you and seeing friends you haven't seen in a while or meeting new people with
Right.
the opportunity to walk home with a silver dollar or
Exactly.
you know um so hey Andy, oh, that's one of our guests. Hey Jeff, Loretta, BC, I don't know if I said hi to you. So yeah, to me, I wanted, hey Marlon, I wanted to have somebody come up too, not just Viento Samurai, good to see you. Um, not just somebody who does events, but also a friend, so we could talk about it. Um, Andy said he's looking forward to the event, and 508 Magnet says that he can't wait to meet everyone at Deep Search Hunt. Mark the Berg said that's the reason why he doesn't do seated hunts, meeting like-minded people. He can only deal with one of him. Hoping to one day catch up with Mark the Berg Hunter. He's out there by Pittsburgh. So yeah, for me, it's the more social aspect, which is really kind of funny because a lot of people don't know. Hey Shannon Dalton, what up, cuz? I have general anxiety and I have social anxiety. But the wild thing about like going to an event is that I guess mentally I'm prepared, so I can deal with a lot of people. When I get crowded, that's different.
Yeah.
But when a lot of people are right near my person. But outside of that, I enjoy them because it gets me to get out of that anxiety. You know what I mean? So I'm going to share the flyer here with you people, and we'll talk some more. So what kind of machine did you start with? About
Ace 250. And
Ace.
I still have it. Yeah, I went from a Garrett Ace 250 to AT Pro, and then 2 years ago I got an Equinox 800, and I'm loving the Equinox.
Yeah, I've been making myself use my Knox 800 a lot more than I had before. So here's the flyer, guys. I'll give you the link to the website too. Copy. Paste. Here we go. That's a link to the Deep Search Metal Detecting Club. So we have coming to the 40th anniversary and 31st annual Jersey Shore Treasure Hunt weekend. We have come and meet YouTube stars. I'm going to name the first one, which is Jersey Ray Diggs.
Yes.
And then Quarter Hoarder. And then Andy Snell from Lost Boys Recovery. And so it's going to be YouTube stars, Team Lynch and Jersey Ray Diggs with YouTube guests, Jason I always say his name wrong, but anyway, Jason Quarter Hoarder and Andy Snell, Lost Boys Recovery.
Right. And we have some others that may be joining us. We're waiting on some confirmations. Some people need to see if they can get hotel rooms. So there may be more
Andy,
people.
I have an extra room in the house I'm moving into. So,
oh, there you go.
But he already got a room, so he booked a room.
Well.
You can stay at my house, or you can bring your camper and park in my yard. So we got all these sponsors up here: Technetics, Mind Lab, Sunray Products, Fisher Labs, Garrett Metal Detectors, and Relic Recoverist.
Yes,
gonna be quite the crew, and the price is good. It's very fair for what you're getting. Saturday's schedule is there's a free beach hunt at 10:30 a.m. 11:30 a.m. is a free lunch, and then Sunday's schedule 11:30 a.m. is a free lunch. Let everybody know there's a free lunch now.
Yeah. Well, Deep Search has been called a eating club with a metal detecting problem.
Yeah. Long as there's what do we having? Are we having barbecue like before? Because I like those cornbreads.
No, I think because of the size, we're going to have hot dogs and pizza, but I forget which is which day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got 12 o'clock as prizes and raffles, optional big silver hunt, afternoon beach hunt, and then ends the day at 3 p.m. with prizes and raffles. Obviously, in between hunts, you're able to go out and, detect the beach.
Right.
Changing our screen here. So, all right, we have the logo behind us here too. So I'm sure you also heard about the new Mind Lab Manticore.
Yes.
Have you seen anything on it yet?
I've seen a couple of things on YouTube and Facebook. I'm impressed. It looks like they really addressed the coil shaft interface. I have not broken ears on my Mind Lab, but I know a lot of people who have. And it looks like they beefed that up and changed how it's mounted. So maybe that problem is fixed.
Yeah, I happen to notice in the picture that I've seen and stuff like it. It's like they have it reinforced at the ears and at the coil.
Right.
I think a lot. Hey, Donald, just be cool metal detecting. Just watched your video earlier. I think they realized a lot of people, without thinking, use their machines to get back up.
Yes.
And I think most of us have been guilty of that at least once. I know
Sure.
I have. And I try to remember to use my shovel, but that doesn't always happen. I gotta tell you right off the bat, I didn't like the name. I don't like the name.
I don't care what they call it.
I'm not thrilled with the name.
But I don't know. We were just talking about this before I came on. They're talking about more power into the coil. And my background, my field was electronics for many years. If they're radiating more power, this is going to be a problem if you try to use it in a seeded hunt where you do have people close by and interference. So we're going to have to see how that works out.
Yeah, I mean, in seeded hunts, I know it's amazing how many people with Noxus don't know how to put it into a single frequency.
Right.
And how many of them think they need their sensitivity jacked all the way up as well. You don't need your sensitivity all the way up on a beach, especially a beach seeded hunt.
Right.
You don't need it in beach mode. You could just put it in park or field and put it in single frequency. This way you give the people with Garrett's and the people with Fisher products an opportunity to find stuff too, because Noxes will kill everybody just about as bad as a pulse machine.
Yep.
That's why they don't allow pulses at seeded hunts for all you.
Yeah, it's not that it's an unfair advantage. It's that you wipe everybody else out.
Yeah. I actually had that happen to me at the last Pound the Ground, the big one in New York. I was happily picking up silvers with my AT Pro, and suddenly I was surrounded by 10 Noxes who were all multi and full sensitivity, and I heard nothing but that was it.
Yep.
It was done.
But and that's one reason why we're having a class at this open hunt, because of the free hunt. We know we're getting a lot of people who have never detected the beach or detected a seeded hunt, and we're going to have a class for anybody who wants to come and learn how to do a seeded hunt or how to detect the beach.
Andy said they ganged up on me. They did gang up on me. They saw me bending too much.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Hey, Stacy R. 508 Magnus says, what's an example of a pulse machine?
Let's see. The CTX 3030 is a pulse machine. I have a white Surfmaster that is definitely a pulse machine. I only use it when I'm out at the beach. What's another one? Usually when you start spending up in the $2,000 to $10,000 range, they're pulse machines.
Yeah. Fortunately, you don't see too many in seeded hunts.
No.
No. You said Excalibur 2?
Yes, the Excalibur is a pulse machine.
And Mark Thomas said 3030 is a VLF.
Oh, okay.
I think Garrett does have one pulse, and I think that's that. What the heck is that one's name? It's like $4,000.
Yeah.
It's a big green army looking thing. When I was out in Texas Treasure Show, I saw it out there. I was like, and it looks heavy. It's really, really heavy. Andy said Sea Hunter. Mike Grapevine said GPX. Yeah, that's it. That thing looks like it's.
Oh heavy. Yes, that's the Garrett one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking to see what else anybody else says in chat. GPX, Mark Thomas says. I think that's it.
But the other thing that impressed me, or not impressed me, it makes me curious about the Manticore, is it looks like they put a lot more computer power in it, and the Nox has a great deal more computer power than my AT did. There, that was like going from an Atari game console up to something you'd buy now, and it looks like the Manticore's another big jump.
It does. It does.
Yeah,
To me, it kind of felt like it was like a downgraded CTX, upgraded Knox.
I think they're trying to fill that gap.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
definitely putting the price point right along with the Deus too.
Yep.
So it's Garrett will be coming out with something. They got to. They got to stay in the game. I know their biggest and strongest to this date sellers is the AT Pro and the AT Max.
Yeah.
But they've got to do something in the AT series, or people are probably going to start veering away from the ATs.
Yeah, to be honest, I was hemming and hawing, and then the Apex came out, and I'm like, is this really that much of an upgrade? And I decided to stay with my AT Pro until I finally got around to buying a Knox.
Yeah, my first Knox, actually, I won it in a raffle on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
A group of friend of mine, Brian Heath, did called New England something. I can't remember offhand.
Yeah,
I saw him trade. He used to do raffles too, and so I won the 600. And I didn't really use it often. I used it on the beach because I'm sorry, Garrett, but hey, Dennis, DF Digger, AT Pros and AT Maxes are horrible on the beach.
Yeah.
They're fine in the dry, but you get close to the wet.
Yeah.
A lot of chatter. It likes to talk to you the whole time, and I just want to find stuff,
Right.
not listen to it. So I started using the Knox on the beaches and stuff like that. And then I just wanted the 800. I don't know why. I just wanted it. So I sold the 600 and I bought the 800 right before the price jump. I've been using that primarily, dirt and beach. A lot of beach and water lately because it's been so hot. But I do like it. But I'm still a softie for my AT Pro.
Yeah. Everybody has a favorite machine.
Yeah, I know all the little nuances. I know all the waves in the
used to it.
Yeah. Hey, Dirty Paws. So what was the best thing you ever found?
Oh man, I hate this question because there's been a couple, but I finally decided on one. Last year we were in Metuchen, and they were carrying out the backyard of this just post Civil War house. They're going to put up 3 new houses, and I found a Victorian women's perfume bottle. It's only about that big. It's a little all metal flask. It's got the little dauber where they took the perfume out to dab on their wrist, and the little screw top for it. It was all together, and that's probably my favorite find. But another impressive find was with Bravo. We were doing that new section of the Princeton battlefield, and I found what the archaeologists said might be a British weight for their powder scale. Unfortunately, I never found out if it got verified, but
Yeah, and they don't let you know.
No. No.
Hey, Angie and Rick. Yeah, they never let you know. Like I had something. Was it in Princeton? I think it was at Princeton. I don't know. I didn't know what it was. They didn't know it was, and I'll never know what it was.
Yeah.
So, and I think I found something over by Monmouth Battlefield too that was unidentifiable by me.
Yeah. But, if people are interested in using metal detectors in archaeology, I've got to put out a plug for my new favorite place. James Madison's Montpelier down in Orange, Virginia.
Yeah.
The archaeologists there loves metal detectors, and they have a week-long program where you're out metal detecting, helping them locate buildings, because the plantation was originally founded by James Madison's father, uh, I think in the 1740s. So it had been occupied by colonists in 1740 up to the 1901 as a farm. They know there's buildings that were torn down or burnt down, and they're trying to find all the old colonial buildings. And you go out and you look for nails.
Yeah,
They love nails.
they do.
But we were down there in November, and I think they put us on either on a fence line or one side of a barn, because we did find a straight line of square head hand wrought nails.
I went, hey, Blistering Barnacles. I went, I think it was in the spring. I went down in Delaware with a group of former Bravo people.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the few times I dug everything, because I usually don't dig everything. And we didn't really find much. I did find an Indian head. That was about it. I was like the only one that really found anything cool, but they really needed to turn that field over, and to bring up the older stuff underneath.
Right.
It hadn't been tilled in years. It was just left to go. They did mow it, but it wasn't really that low, so we were losing depth right there.
Right.
I think we're supposed to go back. I don't know. He texted me. He texted me. We might go back. I don't know. I don't even remember. I can't remember offhand whose house it was, but it's Revolutionary War era stuff. There's like an old bridge right there on the property. The house was like 17 something. So I think we were looking for battlefield stuff or campsite.
Right.
So so that's what so let me read Andy's question was, did you talk about the flow for the weekend for the newbies coming to the hunt? He means.
Okay. Registration starts at 8:30. We'll have some coffee and donuts. 9:30 is this novice class, and we've got some guys that have been hunting the beach forever. They're going to take you out on the beach, give you an idea how to set up your machine for the beach, and how to hunt for if you've never been in a seated hunt before. And then the first hunt's at 10:30. So does that answer the question, Andy?
Well, like in between the hunts, Andy, like in between, let's see what we have. The silver hunt and the afternoon hunt, and the morning hunt on both days. There's a little bit of time in between because the hunts literally are done in like 10 minutes. And maybe 15 max. And then we just kind of like go and turn in our tokens if we find them, or you got to kind of dig the weird signals too.
Right.
I found that out once because I dug up like some kind of weird earring Donna had put in there for a prize.
There are weird targets in this one. Yeah. I will tell you that.
It was not a good signal. It was a horrible signal, but I dug it. Yeah. And then we kind of just like socialize, and then.
And also in between hunts, we do raffles. And I've got to bring this up because one thing Deep Search is it's a registered not-for-profit corporation. And we raise money for various charities. And this year we're raising money for the New Jersey Firemen's Home, which is a retirement nursing home for New Jersey firefighters. So part of the proceeds from the raffles will be going to that.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Buy a raffle ticket.
Well, you know me. I can't help myself. But, there's people that buy more than me, so.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We're also going to have a tricky tray. For people who haven't been in a tricky tray, it's like a raffle. You buy a sheet of tickets. You put the tickets in the cup, matching the item. and then we draw one out, and you could win valuable prizes.
I did. What was it last year when I won the that really big silver bar?
Yep, there's really great prizes, and there's some hacks.
Yeah.
You know, but if you need a hat, you put a ticket in, you might win a hat.
Better one than this one.
That's a nice hat.
Yeah.
Is that zero discrimination?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to a Gypsy about coming up for this hunt. She said no, but
Yeah, she's been really busy, and
yeah,
she's
and
trying to
Texas.
organize one. She wants to come out here, but
Yeah,
she's really busy. So it
we'll
would have
get
been
her.
nice to have her at this one, you know.
We'll get her on the beach.
Yeah, we will.
We'll get her down the shore.
We'll get her out here one of these days. Yeah, she's just been busy because she's been trying to organize her own hunt in November,
Right.
and so I don't even know if she'll be able to make it to come out swinging.
Okay.
So trying to get her there. So what is the craziest thing you ever found?
Oh man, craziest thing. It turned out to be a good crazy thing. I dug up this lump of iron. I don't know why. I just threw it in my pouch and walked away. Just kept going. I was going at home and I'm starting to clean out my pouch. And I look at it and I see what looks like a little bit of snake skin in this lump of iron.
Hmm.
Scrape, scrape, scrape. Turned out to be a snake buckle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about 80% there, but I did get a snake buckle. I didn't find it, but Donna found it. We were detecting a cow pasture, and she goes, "I don't know what this is. It looks like a turd, and it just set off my detector." It was one of the magnets they put in cows to keep the metal from puncturing their stomach. And luckily, I told her that before I touched it. She
Yeah.
dropped it. uh,
Andy wants to know where the after party is after the hunt on Saturday.
oh, I don't go to the after party because I have to be up early Sunday. But the nice thing about Deal is you're practically next door to Asbury Park. And the boardwalk is open all year round down there, so you can go to Asbury Park. If you're really adventurous, you're about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes from Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's without traffic.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm actually in the kitchenette for the community center here.
That's all right if they don't mind being on camera.
Yeah.
Wait, there's an after party?
I don't know. I don't go to any after party. I'm just saying we tried doing a night hunt one year in Deal, and it wasn't well attended. It seemed that people said, "I'm down the shore. I want to go out for a seafood dinner, and I don't want to rush." So I didn't want to come back for the night hunt. A couple of people do go down to Atlantic City, and a lot of people hit Asbury Park.
Yeah, or Ocean Grove. That's where I found that what is it? Tiffany's silver necklace I just found.
Yeah.
That was in Ocean Grove. Was it Tiffany and Company or something?
Right.
Yeah, I don't have it in here because I was showing my realtor because he metal detects. He saw my detectors, and that's all we talked about instead of selling the house. But do you have any bucket listers you haven't found yet?
I really want to find a colonial coin. I haven't found one yet.
Really?
Not yet. I found just about everything else, but I would love to find a colonial coin, something I put my hand on and say, yes, this is colonial. I have more bucket listed places that I would love to detect, especially I live up in Bergen County, New Jersey.
Right.
Washington moved through there so many times during the Revolutionary War. There are literally these small unit engagements that happen all over Bergen County that I'm trying to get permission to detect on. Uh, so these places are more my bucket lister than things.
Things. Where do you want to detect?
Let's see, in Paramus, a place where the British massacred a family. It's called the Balor Massacre.
Oh yeah.
I would love to get in there. Right where I'm sitting here in Edison, we're not too far from the Battle of Short Hills. It's about a mile that way. Uh, I would like to get over in that area. Most of it's a golf course, uh, but I would like to detect some of the areas around here. Uh, and about a mile that way is the Menlo Park lab where Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. You know, fortunately, it's federal property.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I would like to get some permissions, and I'm working with the Historical Society to do the street his lab used to be on because it was the first street with electric lights in the world.
I have a National Historic Area that's a permission.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You know who Marconi is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Camp Evans.
Okay.
I have permission there.
Nice. Very nice. Have you
Yeah.
found anything from the Marconi or?
Not really yet. When you go to you know where his hotel was, or the main building was the Marconi building.
Yeah.
That he built, the red brick building. So if you go down to the left, down where there's the one tower on Marconi Road, and then you go down a little bit, there's a little road off, and down below there was another Marconi building, and then the Army built a building. But unfortunately, children have been partying there.
Oh no.
So there's probably a couple decades worth of spray paint cans and aluminum cans, but I would think
Tabs, bottle tops.
oh yeah, and it's right on the water, right on Shark River, and I mean, like if you walk too far, you're walking into the water.
Yeah.
And it's all marshy though, so you can't really see it until you're in it.
Right.
And but down there, I imagine there's got to be some stuff down there because it's behind the two officers' buildings. They're up on the top, the two little houses. I haven't been able to detect near the houses because whenever I've gone there to detect is when people were watching the eagle. There's an eagle nest there.
Right.
So when the eagles are nesting, you can't do anything near the buildings. But that's anywhere, you can't disturb them. And then the woods next to it, in those woods, I can't remember the guy's name offhand right now, but he was the guy that started Asbury Park Press.
Okay.
He lived there. There's a creek that runs through it called Lydia Creek. He lived in there up until the Army, up until he died, actually. He died by the creek. They think, he did himself in. I don't know. So then in 1920, another famous name in New Jersey, I just offhand, I can't really remember the names because it's been a couple years since I knew, So their house was there from like 1920 to 1942. The foundation's still there. And there is a couple bottle dumps because there's a ravine right behind them. So there's some bottle dumps in there. And then, so there's a lot of trash in that area because then there's a road right up from it that crosses right before you get to Brookdale campus, the college campus there. That the college bought all that property. That little crossroad really wasn't originally there until 1940 when when the Army was there. So they built that road and they built a bunch of Army housing, military housing right along that road. So there is stuff in there. I mean, I took Aqua there and he found, I know he found a little lead soldier, little lead soldier. So there's stuff there. It's just a lot of trash. And I haven't been there in a while, so I'm probably going to go down again. I'm also getting a group of people to go down from the town I deliver, and they're very interested in history and stuff to go on to to visit the museums there. So, but yeah, that's my permission.
Sounds great.
It was my first one.
Yeah.
Then so where else would you like to detect outside?
Oh, England. I would
England?
love to go. I'd love to go to England. Um, the ability to dig Roman coins and medieval Iron Age objects would be nice.
Yeah, I would love to find a hammer.
Yeah.
I think the oldest coin I've found is a Dutch East Indies Chinese coin or Japanese coin. One of them.
Right.
It was it is from that time, but they were made of gold and silver. And people counterfeited the KGs. They didn't really have paper money. So just like
No.
they fit paper money today, they counterfeited coins back then.
Right.
The one I found and one of our public parks, actually, the one I found is a counterfeit one because it's all copper now. Silver wash or gold wash that was on it is gone. But it has all the right stamps on it and stuff because they would stamp them each port. So it's pretty neat. Trying to think of something else to ask you. So when you go out detecting and you're going to go out there for the whole day,
right?
You're going to be out for more than 3 or 4 hours. What are the essentials you bring with you? Hey, Patrick, besides and Randy, besides your detector, your shovel, your hand trowel, your finds bag, what else do you bring with you?
I definitely make sure that I have water with me. I have a family history of diabetes, and a couple of years ago, I finally was diagnosed with it. So I got to make sure I stay hydrated, and I always make sure I have some protein bars with me in case my blood sugar does drop. Going out for a whole day requires some planning now. That small first aid kit and a notebook, and I'm good to go. I travel light.
Yeah, I there's times I forgot stuff. I'm trying to see if Detecting Carolina's ever answered my question because I totally just ignored the chat for a minute. He wanted a moderator. Like I don't mod everybody, so not this stage in the game. So if you wanted to share something, let me know and I'll give you a mod wrench. Digging up the Carolinas, I totally missed your answer. I was trying to look back for it. Tag me and let me know your answer so I know. Sorry, got distracted.
That's all right.
Well, you've been in meetings with me. It doesn't take much. So what is the farthest so far you've traveled for digging?
Let's see. We went down to Florida one year. That's probably the furthest I've been from New Jersey. We went out to Treasure Week out by Pittsburgh one time. And for people that have never been to Treasure Week, it is literally 8 days of seated hunts. And if you love seated hunts, go do it. But I got to be honest, by day 5, I had had enough. I would rather be relic hunting to begin with, but it's a lot of fun. I'm not knocking what they do. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, that's too many days. Were you born and raised in Jersey?
Yeah, I was born right here in Edison, as a matter of fact, and I've lived in New Jersey my whole life, 66 years.
Well, you didn't have to tell everybody how old you were.
No, I always say I'm from New Jersey. I don't know any better.
I guess Detecting Carolina's left because I didn't give a blue wrench. I don't know. I just don't do it right now. I don't wrench everybody right now. I'm gonna take advantage of my inverted streams. Hey Patrick, I'm hoping to come out next week and meet up with you and Mike. Hopefully, when I get back from Ohio. Yeah. I've just been traveling. Yeah,
But,
you were born in Middlesex County.
right.
Yeah, I was born in Monmouth County.
Yeah. But recently I got interested in genealogy.
All
Uh,
right.
and I found out something very interesting. My father was born in Colorado. And long story short, we didn't know much about his father's family. But now with Ancestry.com and all that, it becomes very easy to trace your relatives.
Yeah.
My father's family and my father's mother's family both came from Philadelphia. Yeah. Both sides fought in the Revolutionary War. Both sides fought on both sides of the Civil War. Uh, and we can watch my father's family move through Pennsylvania. In fact, when you go out to Come Out Swinging, if you go just outside of border town, you'll see Funk Road. And it turns out it's two great uncles.
Wow.
If you go down to just outside of Hagerstown, Maryland, there's Funkstown.
Yeah, that's where I got those Civil War bullets.
Yeah, well, that's
Battle of Funkstown.
two more great uncles of mine.
Well, actually, my godchildren, their last name is Funk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, from upstate New York,
Okay.
up by Hudson.
Well, and that's the other interesting thing I found. About 1781, a lot of the Funks left the United States and moved to Canada. They wanted to stay British citizens.
Yeah, my parents came from. My mother was born in Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh.
And my dad was born in Missouri, Springfield. His mother's parents came from Sweden, and his father's parents came from England and Scotland, all at the turn of the century.
Nice.
And I don't know how good their English was on my grandmother's parents because her name was Violet, which is fine, but her middle name was Eureka. And then my mom's side.
I know some of the names as you do the research that you just wonder, what were they thinking?
Yeah. And then my mom's side, we've been here since like the Mayflower, basically. On one side. Actually, he just left the chat. I was talking about being descended from the Dalton gang, and so is Shannon Dalton. So now we call each other cuz. Probably about 10th cousins. Oh, Tim's father was born in Bloomington.
But yeah, the idea of studying history through your own family and through what you dig up in the ground is just so fascinating for me. Like I said, I worked in electronics most of my life, and I worked basically with the same 12 people day after day in very closed-in, air-conditioned rooms, and to be outside, just to be outside is somewhat of a joy for me.
Yeah.
It's something that our hobby really gives to us. It's a great method of exercise, to be outside and to explore something.
Yeah, I've been always liked history. So. And my dad, before computers and before Ancestry.com and before all that, my dad researched my surname family line. But we could only go back 12 or 14 generations because we changed our name during King James's rule.
Right.
And he did that a lot of that he did. He got a lot of the information he got from that National Archives over there in Utah, in Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just completely stops. Trying to get a link here to share in a little while. It completely stops at the one guy. I think his name was John. So after that, before that, I know our last name was Moore, but that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, just swinging.
Yeah, but if you're out there digging up history, think about our ancestors, the colonists, the people that came here to escape uh, Europe for a number of reasons throughout the years, uh, and all that. It just so inspires me to want to. I want to go out digging right now. I think the sun is already set.
Yeah, looks a little dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, the new Magic has a flashlight on it. I
oh yeah, it
question
does.
it just it's a battery
Um,
drain. I could detect longer. Leave that off.
yeah, but how powerful can the flashlight be on it?
I've used the one on the Simplex. It'll keep you from tripping over big roots,
I
but
didn't even notice the one on Simplex.
yeah,
Oh yeah, there is a little one there. I
there
don't
is.
think I ever used it because I use when I'm on the beach at night. I use the headlamp,
Yes.
and then I have my display on my Knox all the way as bright as it'll get. I don't like it. I think the Knox had a backlit display too, but it wasn't real bright. And you don't have an option on the 600.
Right.
So on the 800, you can make it brighter or dimmer. Hey, Las Vegas. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna get that Manticore. Probably a lot of it has to do with the name.
Well, I know a couple of people that have pre-ordered one, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and let them get it,
that's what
and
I'm doing.
I'm gonna wait to see if it really is waterproof. My Knox has not been submerged, and I'm not going to do it.
Mine has not
Yeah.
really badly. I mean, I was just out a couple months, or I guess about 3 weeks ago with out in Maryland with stories from the Signal Patrick and Great Finds Mike, and my detector was in the water a few times. So I don't know what's causing the issue. I mean, well, Patrick just said his has been in the water or been flooded. So I
Uh,
haven't had an issue. But I was just up at Maine and Kay's digging it. Hers, it looked like there was water behind the screen, but I think it was water behind her screen protector.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't
I've
know.
had the coil in, but I'm not going in too deep.
Yeah, I dropped mine in the water. Oh,
Yeah.
Patrick said in the water, no flood, and he's in the water all summer.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe things aren't being tightened enough, like the headphone and the your wire,
Right. Right.
or
Yeah. You
too
got
much.
the headphone joint and then the handle joint. And
Yeah,
if they didn't put it together right in the factory, it's going to leak.
yeah.
So,
Patrick said he wonders if plugs aren't connected. I brought my AT Pro with me that day. I was with Patrick and Mike, but I didn't. I can't find my little cover for the headphone,
right.
so it's not going in the water.
Yeah.
And
I bought waterproof headphones.
yeah, I have them, but they're for the Knox. And the Knox I did have sealed up, but I don't know if like everything even through a factory is made by man, so errors can occur.
Right.
I don't know why they're flooding, but I know it's enough people it happened to that you notice,
Right.
in the community. So but yeah, I'm like you, I'm waiting. I know
Yeah.
Tim put stuff on the list.
I've worked long enough with the leading edge of technology to know Let somebody else be the first one.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna wait and see.
Uh,
I don't need the newest thing coming out until I know. I mean, I'm probably still gonna go with the Deus too. But I'll see what the Manicore is like once it's
yeah.
out here, and then I'll make my decision. They're the same price, so basically, I think the Deus 2 is $100 more.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah, I think the Deus 2 is like 1,700, and this is 16. Oh
You
wait,
know,
I gotta make it psychological. I gotta make it sound cheaper. 1,599.
Dan Jurgens has a Deus 2. Ask him about it.
Yeah, I played with one in Texas, so I like the day. I like the sound of the tones. I like how light it was. You know, there's a lot about it I like. I know it has like 14 preset programs. So like until you get used to it and you want to tweak it yourself, which I wouldn't do because I haven't even tweaked my 800.
Yeah, I factory reset mine. I tweaked it and I just said, no, go back to factory reset. And I can't say I've done any worse or any better.
I have no idea how to type in your name, Nightmare, so because I don't know what that symbol is. I'm symbol illiterate. So I guess I can get you off the hot seat here soon because it's 8:30. I'm sure you still got stuff to do.
Yeah, in fact, it sounds like they're packing up and I got to go load the car up.
Okay, you know, I put the link in the chat earlier for it's Deep Search Metal Detecting Club. They're on Facebook. You can search it in the Facebook bar. They're on the web, Deep Search Metal Detecting Club. If you
Actually, it's deepsearchmdc.org.
yeah, Deep Search MDD. Let me just write it.
MDC. If I say it fast, I trip up.
MDC.org.
Is that .org or .com? Suddenly I said it and it didn't sound right.
Is it all one word?
It's, yes, all one word. Deepsearchmdc.com. .org. .com. We had a .org and it's slowly being phased out.
Well, I put it in the chat. I don't know if it's clickable. I don't think it is. I think I have to HTTPS it. You can find them on Facebook. You could join the Facebook group. You can join the Deep Search Metal Detecting Club finds page and share your finds from other states. We like to see them.
Yeah.
And, you know, tell you how great they are because it's fun.
We try to have fun.
Yeah, we do. I'm sure they don't mind when I miss meetings.
But we love it when you're here.
Yeah, I know. Everybody does. I just go for the pizza.
Yeah. So whenever I need to talk to you, I'll just make sure it's pizza night.
Yeah, there you go. But I thank you for coming up and talking about the seated
anytime
hunt. I hope you guys out there, if you're hey main dirt sweep us. I hope you guys that aren't involved in metal detecting clubs find one local to you. They're a lot of fun. If they're kind of blah, you could bring life to it. Go join one. And if there's a seated hunt in the area, go do it. They're not expensive. They're fine. It's mostly about the social aspect. You could do a lot worse. You know, you could spend your money in the casino and not go home with anything.
Right.
Thank you. I'm putting the Joel show. I'm putting a link to his page in there because I didn't want to bring up his stream while I'm streaming because then you would hear it. And, you know, that's the link for the Joel show page. Go to his live stream. It's playing right now if you want. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you'd like to head over there and show support to Joel Green. He used to be Digging Deep Beeps for those who don't know. So go over there and, you know, say hi. Say Jersey Raid. Hey, man. Hey, Mark Santosaria. I said it right. Oh, Mark Santasaria said he might do that hunting deal.
Be glad to have him. We got plenty of spaces left.
Yep. I'll be there. I'll be there in Team Lynch, we're the stars.
Yeah.
And then, Andy will be there from Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And Jason Court Order. Nobody knows who those people are. So,
Right.
we might get a few people to start watching them on YouTube. But who knows?
Yeah. But you can get Rachel's autograph.
Mark said, sorry, Rachel, you're stuck with me to the end of your stream. So I am going to actually be ending the stream pretty soon here. I don't know why I'm like really super tired. I think it was the heat today. I have 2 weeks off, but I decided to work today and tomorrow. So I've been off for like 4 days. Wait, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, 4 days. And I go back tomorrow. Then I'm off from Friday to the following Monday. I'll be in Ohio over the weekend. Hope you guys are getting out and doing things. Hopefully you guys got rain wherever you're at, because we didn't get enough last night. It's still too dry. Still way too dry. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to put Joel's link in the chat one more time. Pinned to the top, there is a link for those who came in later after I talked about it to a channel called Steve Wallace. It's Camping with Steve. If you want to check him out, and on his most recent video, if you would just show a little support and sympathy from the metal detecting community, because most of us on YouTube are niches. And that's about it. Anything you want to say, Bob?
No, just thank you for having me. And let's get together soon and do some swinging.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
We need this dry ground to get wet. So pray for rain, people.
I know. Trust me, I was out in the garden before, and it's tough.
Yeah, the trees are like wilting. They're not even going to turn brown. They're just
dying.
Yeah, they're dying.
Yeah.
All right. You stick around for a minute when I end the stream.
Okay.
Thanks for coming, Mark Santasaria. And I hope you do show up to the Deep Search hunt. That'll be nice. So, guys, have a great week. Thank you to the new people that joined in on the stream tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're getting out over the next few days, good luck. Find some good saves. Share them on the Facebook groups. There's a lot of them out there. Check out the Deep Search Metal Detecting Club Facebook group. Metal Detecting Finds page also. And check out that link, Deep Search
MDC.com.
Yeah, deepsearchmdc.com. All one word. Check them out. See the good things they do and see the fun we have. And if you don't belong to a club near you, hopefully that inspires you to join one. They're not expensive. What is it, like $20 a year, $25 a year?
$25 a year. I think it's $35 for a family membership.
Yeah, see? Nice. And then almost all of them are priced at. And you don't have to go to a meeting every single meeting. If you can't make it, you can't.
You don't have to go to any meetings, but there's a lot of benefits just for joining.
Yes. So good night, people. I will see you next Wednesday. Hop over to the Joel show, hit that live that he's got going on now, and say Jersey Ray Diggs Raid. Thank you all. You guys rock. Peace.